What's up, fight fans? Thank you, as always, for passing by. It is 12:30. Does that make sense? Yeah, it does. 30 minutes past midnight right now, and I want to get this video done before I go to sleep because tomorrow, let's be honest, it's not happening. No one's watching it. Football takes over, understandably so. So I'm going to time this. Let's talk about Chisora versus Takam for 5 minutes. If it runs over, apologies, but I'm kind of excited about this fight. Eddie Hearn done well to get this on the card, I think. Let's be honest, no one's happy this is pay-per-view. No one is still happy this is pay-per-view. I actually don't know what makes a pay-per-view event anymore. Answers on a postcard, please. But this kind of softens the blow a bit because I think everyone expects this to be fight of the night. I think it will be. How can it not be fight of the night? To be fair, I only actually care about this fight and the main event. I mean, all the other fights are good-ish. You know, you get to see some names-ish. All right, let's talk about this fight. How many lives does Dereck Chisora have? Literally, he's a cat. He has more than 9 lives. This is a guy that I clearly like, if you follow the channel, but he's lost every single big fight he's been in. That's just a fact, right? And I sound like a wanker saying that, but it is true. Lost twice to Tyson Fury. I think the first one was even for a British title. I could be wrong. My memory is a bit shit as I get older. Obviously lost to Dillian Whyte. Don't think he lost that fight, but, you know, history will say he lost. Kubrat Pulev, Kabayel, Vitaly Klitschko, David Haye. I mean, his biggest win is probably Malik Scott. That's his biggest win. But here we are, years later, and he's still relevant. So look, you got to applaud that. You have to applaud it. And I think you also have to applaud the fact that he doesn't have anything that stands out from a boxing perspective. You don't look at Chisora and think, especially in this new kind of era of heavyweights where everyone was like fucking 6'7" and above. You don't look at Chisora and think, okay, he's got something that's going to make sure that he stands out in this division. There isn't a great jab. There isn't great foot movement. There isn't this amazing speed. I don't think there's much of an IQ, and don't get me wrong, if Chisora's listening, I'm not taking the piss. There isn't great power. But again, you've got to give him credit because he has stayed in there, making good money. And I respect that. So I want to say that if he loses, this could be his last opportunity. But, I mean, I think people have been saying it since he lost years ago to Tyson Fury, and he is still there. Co-main event of a pay-per-view attraction, and you have to applaud that. Carlos Takam, though, is one tough motherfucker. He really is. I mean, go and ask Joseph Parker how tough he is. Before doing this video, I watched that fight again. Literally, I just spent the last 25 minutes watching it, and it's bruising. It is bruising. He just keeps on coming forward. Parker hits him. He just walks through it. Parker goes to the body. He walks through it. Parker tries to, add a bit of movement. This guy cuts off the ring. It's a nightmare. It honestly is a nightmare. The only person that's put a dent in this guy is Povetkin. And Povetkin was, on the Mount Rushmore of drugs. He was on the best you could get. And he knocked him out. We saw Anthony Joshua, the big Anthony Joshua, 18 stone 5, was it Anthony Joshua? That couldn't really do anything apart from a couple of cuts. That fight would have gone all the way to points, trust me. It's going to be a very, very difficult night for Chisora because I don't know what he's got to kind of keep Takam off all night. And I'm not sure if Chisora can go to the well again. I'm not, especially after the Kabayel performance. If I hadn't seen that performance, I would have said, you know what, he can go to the well. But I've seen that performance and I've seen the Pulev performance, and I'm starting to think that, I don't know, maybe that fight against Dillian Whyte has taken it out of him. Maybe that was it. Maybe that was the last time Chisora was able to go to the well, dig something up a bit, and really put on a performance. And I just don't know if you can keep doing that. And I think, it's proven that you can't because his last 2 performances against decent opposition in Kabayel and Pulev, he wasn't able to do it. So I'm not sure. It's a tough ask, this. They're going to meet in the center of the ring and they're going to swing. That's what they're going to do. Both of them aren't the most beautiful boxers you're ever going to see. Literally, they are front foot forward, hardly any jabs, and let's just throw leather. They don't have a reverse button. They don't like fighting off the ropes. They're not counter punchers. No, they are just pure brute force fighters, which makes for an exciting fight for us fans. But if you're Chisora, you need to do a bit more, I think, just to surprise Takam a bit, do a bit more to kind of keep him off all night. But it's not going to be easy. Shit, I've overrun. This is now 6 minutes. So in conclusion, I want Chisora to win, but I don't think there's much left in the tank. I really don't. And I think Takam might just take advantage of the opportunity he's getting. Takam will like this. You know, he was in a pay-per-view event and got good money for Joshua. He's in a pay-per-view event now. He's going to get good money for Chisora. And if he wins, then boy, you never know. Another big fight for him. So I think he'll win this on points. And I think it could be the last time we see Chisora in a high-profile fight. On these shores anyway. I mean, he can still get good fights abroad, especially with this new DAZN deal. I mean, I know Africa, there's a guy in Africa begging to fight him and they're offering decent money. So there will be further opportunities for him, but I don't know if there'll be high-profile opportunities. But what do you guys think? Let me know. Apologies as well. 7 minutes. I said 5. My apologies. Thank you. Peace.